Trump versus DeSantis. We need to put this feud to bed. So why is there even a feud to begin with? So the feud is happening right now because as of late, the midterm election did not have the red tsunami that everybody was hoping for. And yes, that sucks, and that's okay because we still came away with some victory. So the common misconception right now, though, is Trump versus DeSantis. And right now, I just want to tell you guys that Trump being harmful for the Republican Party is a complete misconception. And to help prove that, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a little bit of some numbers I've been working with. So right here, you see this whole graph. It's the Senate and House candidates only. There's some local municipalities and stuff like that that were endorsed, but I wanted to just go ahead and simplify it down and, give you guys just the Senate and House. So as you can see here, we have on this left axis right here is the candidate. The x-axis here has election years going back all the way to 2018. That is the farthest back I can find data for all this conveniently on ballotpedia.org. I'll have that linked here in the video. In 2018, we see that for this column here, Obama, marked in a light blue kind of gray color, endorsed close to 350 candidates. And out of those 350 candidates, only about 200 of them won, as indicated by this marker here in the legend. What I did was each year has columns to indicate how many people were endorsed in a solid color, and then in a marker how many of them won. As you can see here, back in 2018, and as by this graph right here, or sorry, this table, you have Trump endorsed 95, 59% success rate, and 129 for Biden, 64%, and Obama 342, 68%. So not bad. Did great in 2018 for the Democratic Party. And that makes sense because that's 2 years after Trump and all the witch hunts and stuff like that. So you're going to have a huge swing in people believing into, the misconceptions being pushed out there and whatnot. As we start to trend forward, you see that actually Trump, he endorsed only 9, but 67% of them won, which is kind of a big deal because that's 6 of them out of 9. But moving forward, you can see that over time, Trump's percentage and who won starts to go up. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, okay, well, yeah, he only endorsed 9 and 67% won. It's only 6. Because then you could look over here at Biden and you can see 2, 0, not so much a big deal because it's only 2 people, so you have a 50-50 shot of them winning anyways. But then 49, people, 29% of them won. That's not so great of a number. But then you get over here to Obama and you can see here 228, 40% of them won. So you start to see from this 68% that the numbers are trending down. So that's where it kind of led me to believe I needed to start looking at the numbers and start kind of wondering to myself, what's going on here? Is there a good show of influence? Is there a good show of how these candidates are doing? So what's the deal? So I went ahead and I looked at the percentages over time, and how I did that was graphing, like I said, with these little markers or these individual markers here. And then I made a trend line, just a linear one, just to keep it simple. So over time, you're seeing Trump's influence on candidates for the Senate and the House has actually been increasing over time. And the number of people he's been endorsing has been going up over time for primarily even years, which is going to be your midterms and election, general election years. So in these off elections, it's less, which has less of an impact because there's going to be more of your municipalities and locality kind of things. But I still wanted to put it on there just to kind of show full disclosure of the numbers. So as you can see here, based on just sheer numbers and sheer facts and data and science, Trump has actually had a good impact on the Republican Party over time, which to me is just proof he is not harmful to the Republican Party. I'm not here to argue who's better, Trump or DeSantis, because I think both of them are great, and I believe both of them would make great presidents. But I surely do believe that just using the misconceptions by the left-wing media that he is hurting the party and then them trying to fuel the fire of Trump and DeSantis fighting each other is just a huge no-no, and I do not see it at all as true. If anything, it's just a tactic to divide people and to get us to fight amongst each other and, cause us to not pay attention to what's really going on. Just to recap, I do not believe Trump is harmful to the Republican Party and the misconception that it's Trump versus DeSantis. I do hope that Trump and DeSantis can see through it and they're not going to play into the games of it because, if anything, they're just harming the party. And I believe Trump is good for the party right now. I believe his influence has helped us win races, and I believe he will continue to still influence whether certain races are won or lost. But that's it. I'm a small channel and this is my first video, so if you guys feel like you learned something or if you got something useful out of this, go ahead and hit that like button down there. That will help out a lot. And also, if you guys have any input or want to see something else or disagree with something, leave it in the comments down below and I'll try to get back to you. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.